Yes, everybody, Russ, the West Ham Network. Hope you're all safe and well. Although I'm still not well as you can, but I'm safe. I'm safe. It is the 2nd of January. The January transfer window is open. And what does that mean, my friends? It means the return of the Russy Rumour Roundup. I know you can't wait for it. And as one window open, one door shuts in terms of 2025, a window opens in terms of the January transfer window. Anyone new to the channel, we've had a few new subscribers, so welcome. What we do here is we collate all the latest news, reviews, gossip, ITK news, all that type of stuff, and present it back to you. Give you our thoughts. Now, I'm not saying, again, warning. I'm going to have to create that warning sign again. I'm not saying we're signing everyone, but what we're doing is saving you having to trawl through all the news pages and gossip sites and forums. We do it for you. They're nice. Aren't we nice? And it's the Russy Rumour Roundup, the original rumour rating. Don't you forget it. We're going to start off slow. And then what we also do is we keep an eye on, we sort of keep abreast of the players we'll be linked with, just to show the craziness that is the January transfer window. How many we got today? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 names. Are they all midfielders? No, most of them are. Let's start in Serie A. And let's go with Nicolo Fagioli. What a great name. He's a player we were sort of tentatively linked with towards the end of last year, the Juventus 23-year-old midfielder. But a report from my favourite Italian news outlet, Tutto Mercato Web, says that West Ham are currently in talks with Juventus and Nicola about a January transfer window move. We know that central midfield is an area we desperately need to bolster. Not necessarily, but it's bolstering the right people. It's the right energy. We need some dynamism in the midfield. And the Italian could be the man we need right now. However, as always, a West Ham linked player, he has a slightly marked card. Having been banned for 7 months back in October 2023 after being found guilty of gambling. There we go. He's obviously had serious problems in the past, but hopefully those dark days are well behind him. And looking to move forward, the 7-capped Italian international has got that energy. He's got dynamism we sort of need, athleticism we need, I think, in midfield. Technically very strong, and puts a shift in as well. I think he'll be the type of. He's like the archetypal Italian midfielder. You know, he's sort of dynamic, puts it about. I think West Ham fans would really enjoy him, and there would be very much a symbiotic relationship there between the fans and the player, if you know what I mean. You know, they'll get each other. A bit like Fornals a little bit, but I think a little bit more aggression, a little bit more physicality in that sort of midfield. Now, apparently, Juventus are desperate to sell and prepared to accept a fee of around 16.5, 70 million quid. So if we get him for that price, it is an absolute no-brainer. But obviously, it won't just be just us. There'll be several other clubs interested in Nicola in the January transfer window. The Russy Rumour rating, the original Rumour rating, 60%, 6 out of 10. Can see it happening, but I can see also being competed with several other players in the field. Let's talk about Latte Lath, the Middlesbrough striker, scored again, didn't he, the week I think. Now, according to the Mercato Web again, they reported that West Ham and Ipswich have both made contract offers to the Middlesbrough star, although he's still under contract. I don't know how that works. His agent, Matthias Venerosso, has opened the door for his client to leave Middlesbrough in January. Now, I think it was in this, just before New Year, just before the Christmas break, his agent was pictured at West Ham. He was taking pictures on his Instagram, Rush Green. And the assumption was he was there to talk to West Ham about Lath. Whether that is the case or not, I don't know. Kieran McKenna's side, in terms of Ipswich, have taken apparently further steps to try and get ahead of the West Ham by making an offer to the Ivory Coast International, but no details of that offer so far in the reports. He's scored 9 goals and 2 assists for 23 games for the Middlesbrough so far this season. He has apparently stated he'd like to join a club that can offer him a better challenge, and the one offered by Ipswich isn't necessarily the one that he wants, according to the report. Could West Ham offer him the one? Well, the likelihood is Ipswich are going to go down. West Ham are going to go down. His contract lasts until 2027 with an option of a further year. But the report says he won't be staying at Middlesbrough that long, and his agent is actively looking for his move out of Middlesbrough by January. Will Middlesbrough want to sell their star striker when they're still in around the playoff spots? Would Michael Carrick want to lose his striker? Would Michael Carrick want to bring his striker to West Ham if he was to be offered the West Ham job? So many wrinkles in that, so many subplots. It's like an episode of Sherlock. But I still think there's a high chance we'll get him, because I don't think he's going to cost the world. And we spoke about it before. We seem to have sort of a lot of strikers in that sort of 20, 25 million pound slot. Laced in that slot. The only thing is, he's not like a really big lad. He's not 6 foot plus. I think he's 5'10". I had it on the thing. Was it 5? He is 5'10". He's quick, but he's not like, I think when I think of our strikers, I think, I suppose it doesn't really matter really wherever striker we get. It doesn't seem to work anything. But let's see what happens with Lath. Let's see what happens, shall we? Let's go back to midfield and let's go to League A, because according to several reports, West Ham and several other Premier League clubs are keen on signing the Lyon midfielder Maxence Caqueret, and he apparently is only on 54 grand a week. God, I wouldn't mind that. It was reported over the weekend that the Hammers, as well as Tottenham, Everton, Crystal Palace, are all eyeing up a move for the midfielder, with Lyon, as we know, currently desperate in needing cash. They face a transfer ban and provisional relegation from League A due to precarious finances. John Textor, the Botafogo and co-owner of, does he still own part of Crystal Palace? He's looking to sell at others, with Botafogo players. He got Jesus, we spoke about before, and how that could then work in terms of offsetting that to give money to Lyon, and it's very confusing. We obviously are still in some sort of financial partnership with them because of the Paqueta deal and also the Benrahma deal, and so he could be available for a cut price fee. Now, I think he's a very different player than what we've got now. I wouldn't think he's like. I've always found him a bit wiry. Do you know what I mean? Sort of a very wiry player. I don't think he was particularly like physically dominating. Is he an upgrade to what we've got? I think so from a creative perspective. 54 grand a week as well wouldn't necessarily break the budget in terms of what we've got, I think, available. And it's another option, we need someone who's going to take the ball and drive forward. Now, Maxence can do that, but I think we've got better options, I'll be honest. I'm going to give him a Lamar, give him a 50-50. Because I think he's a good player, but I just think there's so much more we could do. And one person I think we could get is this guy. And that is he's a current Southampton, but on loan midfielder. He's on loan at Sheffield Wednesday. Shea Charles. Now, according to the Daily Mirror, we can make a move for the 21-year-old. 21? Yeah, 21. Sorry. 21-year-old. 6'2" beast. You know what I mean? Daily Mail reported in its newspaper edition that the Hammers have apparently checked on Charles as they look to strengthen their options ahead of obviously several worrying performances in recent weeks. Also, Leicester City are also interested in him, who only joined from, I think he joined from he joined Southampton from Man City, I think he was, for around 12 million quid. Charles has been massively impressive out on loan at Sheffield Wednesday, and has played an influential role in their rise up the Championship table. Now, what I like about him is he's 6'2". You know, he's big. He's got good. You know, if anyone who watches a lot of Championship football, he's very good on the ball. Now, I appreciate it's a Championship, but he's very good. Pep was always a fan of him, but he couldn't offer him sufficient first team football. Too many ahead of him. That's always the case with Man City. So they tend to always ship him out to Southampton, really. I don't think they've got a buyback clause on him either. But I think he's young, you know, and youthful exuberance is something I think sometimes you need. I think sometimes you can buy experience, but the trouble with experience is sometimes they get a little bit. They can't be moulded. They can't, you know, they're set in their ways. Look at Guillermo Rodriguez, for example. I think Shea Charles would be a fantastic player. And then you think of him coming in January, and then maybe a Freddie Potts, who's absolutely smashing it for Portsmouth. I don't think he's got a callback, so that's why I think, you know, you look at that potentially could be your midfield two for years to come. And straight away, you know, if we got rid of, again, I'm just fantasy booking this, but say you got rid of Guillermo Rodriguez, 30 years old, you bring in Shea Charles, you know, that's a 30-year-old you got rid of, wherever how old he is, and now, you know, Shea's 21. Straight away, your midfield's looking more dynamic. And I think he's the type of one you wouldn't mind spending some money on. I think he's a guy that really enthuses me. And he's the right type of player we want. You know, you look at people like Youssef Fofana and Andy Diouf and these types of players who are, you know, 6 foot plus, they're athletic, they can play. He can do it. And to be honest, I think someone like Man City, he'd now, ironically, he'd be playing probably quite often, or more often than not, be on the bench and be involved in the first team squad with Rodri not there. He could play that role. So that's why I'm going to give it 70%. Maybe king of wishful thinking, but that's me. One guy I think is a bit strange, completely the other side of that, and again just shows you the intricacies of the transfer window, is a report in Football Insider, there we go, who are claiming that West Ham and also, who's the other club? Who's the other club? Brentford and Fulham are keeping a close eye on the contract situation of Will Hughes and of a potential 2025 transfer. Now, he's been a regular for Oliver Glasner this season. He's emerged a potential target as his contract is currently due to expire at the end of the current campaign. Now, that's part of West Ham's sort of transfer MO in terms of looking and identifying players who are entering the final years of their contract. Because obviously it means a cheaper deal. They can sign them on a pre-contract agreement if they want to. Wait till January, or wait till the summer, or they can buy them for, you know, dirt cheap now. Now, as I said, the three clubs are all plotting a potential swoop to bring him in January. Crystal Palace currently have the option to extend his contract by a further 12 months and are not believed to be too worried by the approaches coming in January. He's established himself as one of the first names on the team sheet at Selhurst Park, particularly in the absence of Adam Wharton, who's obviously been injured. This ain't going to happen. This ain't going to happen at all. At all. But stranger things have happened at sea. So just to save it back, I'm giving it a 30%. So that's it. I'm sort of warming you guys into it. Warming you guys into the January transfer window. Just a few rumours just to keep me going. I'll be honest, I'll probably do a lot of recording stuff in the next couple of days while I'm sort of still trying to not cough my guts up, and I really need to blow my nose as well because I miss talking to you guys. So even from my deathbed, I was like, oh, I really wanted to talk about the Jared Bowen injury, and to be honest, Anton did a great. Anton jumped on and did it because otherwise I was gonna do it from my bed, because it's something I really really enjoy. And yesterday I had my sort of Debbie Down day, having just been out of bed for 4 days or whatever it was. I'm full of optimism now. I've dusted myself off. I've had a word with myself. Half glass Russ is back. Half glass full Russ is back. And looking forward to a January transfer window. Let's do it. Come on, you guys. Take care. Keep an eye on the channel. We'll be doing Hammer's headlines with an interesting idea, an interesting concept, which has been touted by one newspaper about our management and director of football ship options. Very strange. And also, what we're going to be doing, and also I want to highlight, we've got next couple of weeks we're going to be doing the Ludwig McCloskey Appreciation Night. So that's going to be fun. That's going to be really interesting and really, really poignant, obviously. But talking about Ludo and so his highlights and going through some of the archives of some of the players we've spoken to, and they've talked about Ludo and all his stories, and we do that in association with DT38 for any profits. Obviously, we'll go to them. And we're going to be starting a new series called Why? Why? All those questions which you as a West Ham fan, people assume you should know. Why do we sing Bubbles? Why are we in Claret Blue? Why did we play at Upton Park? Why? Why? So if there's any questions that you want to know the answer to, you don't have to. You can either leave them as a comment here or email us, anonymously. Not anonymously because it's an email, but rather than, oh, you don't know why we sing Bubbles. Because I think there's a big knowledge gap, a history knowledge gap at West Ham. There's a level of assumed knowledge, and a sort of a, what's the word? Not hypocrisy. What's the word? I can't think of the word now. My brain's it's like baby brain, but flu brain. But in essence, you should know that because you're a West Ham fan. You should know that. Why don't you know that? Why do you? You're not a true fan because you don't know that. Some people just don't know things. Some people don't. You don't know. We're here to help. Let me know below or send me an email, westhamnetwork@gmail.com, or tweet me or whatever. I'm not gonna say who did it. Not gonna say, oh, John doesn't know why we sing Bubbles. We're very inclusive here, so that's the idea. So we're going to start the series. Why? It's not really a semi-regular series, and doing little videos about certain aspects of West Hamness to get you up to speed. Also, I'll give it a quick plug. Tomorrow, 7:30, the Canio signed football boots. 39p a ticket. Obviously, it's more tickets, but 39p a ticket. Plus loads of other prizes, including an Emerson signed shirt and various other things. Get on board. Football prizes, description in the link in the description below. So take care, everyone. Stay safe, stay warm, stay humble. Have a lovely Thursday. It's Christmas limbo, isn't it? Crimbo limbo. Thursday, buns bins go out tomorrow on a Wednesday, so it's back 2 days. Anyway, take care. Much love. Bye-bye.